Is this your Black History Month thumbnail?
Oh, this is my Black History Month project.
I am doing a project on Carmelo and Mercedes Monet's.
This does look like a poster that a child would do for their Black History Month poster.
Yeah. Well, that looks like me after I turn it in. Like, I did it. What? I did the assignment. I did the bare minimum. I'm getting my C. That's all I want. I'm aiming for a C. I didn't do enough to get an A or a B. I don't care about your A's and B's. It don't matter anyway. Give me my C. I did the bare minimum. Be happy I showed up. Anyway.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. And unfortunately, if you're watching in the north of America, we are no longer the Wolf Dogs. If you watch NXT, we are no longer the Wolf Dogs.
Yeah, it's official. They're going to get it on the plate, Manny. They're going to get it on the plate of the Dusty Cup. And that means we have no rights because we didn't pay for the patent of that. We just stole the names. But if you want to call us the Wolf Dogs, you can go all about it. Oh my God, Levi! From the depths of hell has returned.
Otherwise, if you're watching in South America, we are the kings of the ropes.
Springboard.
You already know who we are.
Yeah, you already know. It's worldwide now at this point. It's worldwide. Since we can't be the Wolf Dogs. Yes, worldwide. Don't steal that. No! Titus, stay back. Stay back, Titus. You know it would be a damn shame, Manny. With all the good he's done in the community and all that, and it seems like the close relationship he's had with Vince over the years in WWE, if Titus ended up in one of these random text messages, that would hurt. I feel like Titus is like, no!
All the good he's done. I think I would feel it. That would be the most shameful one.
Yeah, like Titus? That's how he kept his job? Damn.
Surprising news came out yesterday. Scott No More is Scott Gilmore is no more in TNA as the president. He got let go by what's that Anthem. Yeah, so he got let go. Apparently he doesn't fit their vision anymore because his vision is very Scott D'Amore centric. So I don't know what that means for TNA because TNA let's just say was probably one of the wrestling companies that had a lot of buzz around it. It had a lot more promise than a lot of out of all of them. Like even WWE at times.
So WWE had, they're making money hand over fist, whatever, fuck that. But they had a lot of negative press going on. AEW was just in this stale state of not really much happening. Yeah, just kind of just like there. And NWA is non-existent. So New Japan was losing people left and right. And it was only Impact gaining people and momentum and turning back into TNA and seemed to be a rise. And I can't see why Scott D'Amore was fired. Even if you say they're trying to go into Anthem, they want to be on base. That doesn't make sense. There has to be something more. Either he pissed off somebody in Anthem, or number one, there's a scandal waiting to come out. And I'm hoping that, for the record, that if there is a reason he was fired, it's scandal or something like I'm not hoping he did anything, but I'm hoping there's a good reason because I don't see any justification. It's kind of like the Milwaukee Bucks firing their coach for Doc Rivers. Like, they were winning, but yet we fired this guy anyway. So I want to find out what's going on.
Makes sense at all. But then it also begs to question. Scott D'Amore was one of the proponents of whatever relationship is going on between them and WWE. Is that going to continue, or is TNA going to remain open and flirt with all the other wrestling companies like they do always? So it begs to question that. There's also reports saying that from the talent meeting, a lot of people were surprised, and some people were able to speak. And some people, and apparently, I don't know if it's true or not. Tommy Dreamer on that call said if anyone wants to discuss leaving, they can have that conversation. And obviously, there's going to be certain people they ain't going to get released. Like, let them have their release. Like, i.e., Jordan Grace, who has so much buzz around her because of being at Royal Rumble and stuff. You just can't. But then that would create even more if she did ask, and it wasn't granted. That would create even more buzz and all this. So it's interesting where this happens.
Yeah. So I feel like, and as Levi brought up, maybe he'd go to WWE. It's somewhere in one of these comments. I lost it. But if he were to go to WWE, he would fit kind of right in, since the entire WWE backstage producer team are former TNA greats, whether it's Abyss, Petey Williams, Robert Roode, I believe, is working back there.
Borash is behind there as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's so many different people who worked for TNA before back there. He'll fit right in. And most people, when they say he left, why would he go to or not? They didn't say why. They suggested he go to WWE. Where I think honestly the better fit for him, if I'm Tony Khan, this guy's running my show at this point. He's running my show.
It'd be smart to have him, but I don't know if he fits Tony's vision.
Yeah, well,
Tony seems to have a vision for himself, like what he wants now. Like, as much as people don't want to admit it, he's starting to sound like the way he's running shows. It's starting to sound like Vince, and this is my toy box, and I'll do whatever I want with it, and I don't give a fuck what you think. That's the type of vibe I'm getting off the way he's running shows, and now it's just like, I don't care about the women's division, and I'm just gonna run it how I feel like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would honestly put, if I was Tony, and it seems like something Tony has no interest in doing, and I'm talking about his women's division. Scott DeBoer, you run the women's division. I handle everything.
If he wants to go that route, because Kenny Omega ran it, and then it just didn't seem like it was.
But Kenny sucked. He didn't care either. Kenny didn't care.
No, he only cared about Riho. Look how much he cared when Riho was there, and that was it.
Yeah. When Riho was in charge, or maybe he cares about Sheeta, or as you like to say, Sheeta, maybe. But he only cared about the Japanese women. But when it came to anybody else, it was, give them their one segment and let's go. They had Britt Baker on a pedestal, and I don't mean to bash them about their women's division, but whatever. It's going to probably lead to the next topic of Mercedes anyway. But when they had Britt Baker, she was queen of the world at one point. Queen of the world. Yeah. Of the wrestling world. Was I the biggest fan of her? Were you the biggest fan? Probably not. We were like, she's kind of average. But the fan base loved Miss Britt Baker, DMD. Been missing ever since.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's a sign of they didn't really create that much with that division. If you think about it, before Tony Storm took off, the only ones that really got properly over was Jamie Hayter, and she was just getting over. She was just getting over. Why is she still
injured?
Yeah, just getting over before she got injured. And then Britt Baker. They didn't really make anything of anyone else.
They tried with Cargill and gave her a streak.
Thing is, Julia Hart is pushed aside. Cargill was pushed aside to Rampage, where no one cared about it.
Yep. Julia Hart is stuck on Collision, which is a show most people don't watch. I'm not gonna say no one, but most people aren't really just chiming in on there. But these are people that could be featured. Willow Nightingale had a nice little run, but whatever. Chris Statlander came back, beat Jade Cargill. Thought she was going to be featured, be a main event player. She since lost her title to Julia Hart, and I have not heard the name Chris Statlander since. I'll be honest.
So yesterday, the AEW Instagram account said they're celebrating National Girls and Women's in Sports Day.
Oh boy.
Lord Manny Hayes should not be getting 31 likes on a comment that says maybe you'll give them more than just the 9:30 slot on the show then.
Oh, wait, hey, man, you can't go to them like that. Directly to their face. Well, it's closest to their face you can get. But yeah. But you're right. You're right. They can't, especially with the rumors of Camille, Mercedes. You already signed Deonna Purrazzo. You have Toni Storm and whatnot. You have a women's division here. If they have to improve it 100%, and I think if they don't, they may, and I'm not saying she's drama or difficult to work with, but they may be inciting a riot in the back if Mercedes is like, what the fuck you mean
not a riot,
you only get
Marcus.
this?
So let's just jump into Dynamite where
oh look, it's
Tony's big announcement.
I don't know.
Tony's big announcement was basically that they're running a show in Boston and it's going to be called what was it? Business.
Big business.
Big business.
Big business.
So this is them teasing Mercedes Moné's debut in March.
Yeah, cause I said
and
boasted.
Yeah. But as proven before, if you upset her or things don't go her way, she will take her ball and fuck right off. So Tony, I hope you know what you're doing, because it doesn't look like you know what you're doing right now.
You got a mini CM Punk right here, a potential CM Punk right there. You got another person eating cupcakes, drinking fizzy water, and talking about I'm tired of doing fucking children. She's not that old. I'm just saying she would do it in a minute. She would go off on any of these media conferences. My question for you is, you know what? Good sign. I want to first say good signing. Hopefully he uses her correctly and the women's division is elevated because of this. I really do hope. I think Toni Storm for one deserves proper competition. And I'll get into that later when we talk about the show Dynamite. But
seeing as we're on women's wrestling, we'll talk about that right after this. It only makes sense. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, can Tony change? And this whole business, which could be called risky business at the same time.
I think it is risky business.
I'm just hoping that all egos prevail over this, and that it's properly used. And if Mercedes goes in there and she thinks she's running the show and she's saying whatever she wants, doing whatever she wants, they may be a problem, because there needs to be restrictions to some of this. Like, she can't do everything she wants to do, and Tony can't have his 15-minute spot for women either. So there has to be a compromise where women are focused on their show and she is able to have matches and elevate people. And let me point out, when it comes to AEW signings, they all fizzle out after they show up.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has lost value. And this is not shade at AEW, but they have all lost value the last few signings. Jay White came in, main event wrestler. Now he's a part of a 6-man group faction.
Marcus, the big one is Edge. He's just a guy in the mid-card now. He's just a guy. There's no one bigger on that roster at the moment that they've recently signed than Edge. And he's just become a guy. He's not even full-time. He's just become a guy. He's not even a spectacle anymore. He's not even a spectacle anymore.
Yeah, and that's half the people. Hardy's, Saraya.
I mean, Saraya did more work in a basketball arena than she did in AEW for the last God knows how long.
Yeah, like, there's all these signings that seem to just fizzle out. And you know what? WrestleMania main eventer Bryan Danielson. Give a fuck about him. Jon Moxley, at the current moment they're in, him and all the members of the Blackpool Combat Club, equally as shitty as Wheeler Yuta as production and growth of a program. They're not drawing on Collision. They come on Dynamite. I'll see them fighting quote unquote CMLL guys, Manny. No,
I didn't know who they were. I didn't know who they were, and they're on my notes as CMLL guys.
Yeah. Not only were they CMLL guys, Manny, when they cut to the crowd and show me more CMLL guys, I go, these aren't the same ones? They're different.
But you know the one that wasn't wearing a mask? I was like, did he lose his mask? What happened?
No, he took it off and to start the match. And I went, I don't know who any of these guys is. Why did he take off the mask? What is going on? But I'm saying Bryan Danielson's out there just having matches with people. Whatever the quality of the match is fine. He's my favorite wrestler, whatever. But he should be involved in a major storyline or something. Maybe since Sting's last match, maybe he can't handle it. Which should be against Bryan Danielson or John Moxley, something crazy like that. I'm okay with the Young Bucks or whatever. I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying all these people that they have signed are just kind of just around.
Yeah, they are just around. I feel like that's the problem with the size of the roster and how good some of these talents are. They haven't got talent that are just there to lose.
Yeah.
Because the moment some of them come out, because they don't get wins enough, they ain't gonna win either.
Yeah. Let's go through our Rolodex of people who always lose: Penta, Commander, Brian Cage, Lance Archer,
the Gates of Agony,
Nyla Rose, the Gates of Agony. And then it's the people you ship in to lose: Minoru Suzuki. And this Saturday, you can watch ECE lay down one more time.
I'm tired of this, Marcus. I can't have this. I used to like Ishii. Not anymore.
Man just comes to this job. He never wins. I just want to see him win. I just want good things for him. And yet, all you see is him on his back. On every single show.
This man is a male prostitute. He ain't a wrestler anyway. He's a male prostitute. So Tony Storm versus Red Velvet. Deonna Purrazzo was on commentary. Added nothing.
No, it was horrible.
She added nothing in commentary.
Yeah.
Tony Storm wins with an ankle lock, which was largely, do you know what? It was a pretty decent match. It was a decent match, especially because Red Velvet was in that match.
Yeah, I have no problem with the match. The match was fine. My problem is the feud with Deonna Purrazzo. It's Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. Timeless Tony Storm. You have the largest character, and I'm going to say it, the biggest character in AEW. Most defined character. Yeah. She's like just out of her mind. Rave reviews from majority of the world. And then there's on commentary, I see Deonna Purrazzo giving nothing. And no personality, no backstory, nothing. I just go, what's your character? We haven't even been properly introduced to Deonna Purrazzo. Yes, I know she's a great technical wrestler. I do. But I don't think that's even been introduced in AEW other than let's never have matches on Rampage.
The likes of people like me and Eric will probably be like, we need an introduction of what? There's not even been a video package.
No. There was an interview with, between them and they're talking about their tattoo. But that's no way to build a feud. Just give me more. Give me more depth. And as soon as she loses the Timeless Tony Storm, which she will, Mercedes music is going to hit. I'm assuming this is all happening at Big Business. Or at Revolution.
This is happening at Revolution. This is happening at Revolution. So Big Business is what? 2 weeks after that?
Yeah. And here's my fear of that. So Revolution happens. She beats Deonna Purrazzo. Tony Storm's the champion. Mercedes comes out and they confront each other. But Mercedes is going to come in as a heel, I'm assuming, because Tony's a heel, but not really. Everybody loves Tony. Yeah. Everybody loves Tony. So no one's going to want to see Mercedes beat Tony, I think, at this point. She has lost a lot of momentum. She's been gone a long time.
Who?
Mercedes. Yeah, she's gone a long time.
She's lost a lot of momentum. She's lost a lot of momentum. And then the other thing is, I feel like I'm getting tired of the way this women's wrestling cycle on AEW happens, where they get someone in, they go immediately to the first in line, and then they fall off. Like Taya Valkyrie did the exact same thing.
I call it the Taya Valkyrie rule because that's the person that sticks out the most in this.
And then she what's she doing now? Fighting for scraps on TV with her husband.
Fighting to get on TV on that Ring of Honor show.
But yeah, it's just like people thought. I feel like Deonna Purrazzo is a very good wrestler from what I've seen already on AEW. But I feel like it means more if you see her go through the division a bit before getting a title shot. Because this, when they're issuing the rankings are coming back, this doesn't necessarily make sense. And because they're talking about rankings again, this doesn't make sense. She's had what, 2 victories? That doesn't put you towards the top of the rankings. At least it shouldn't.
And depending on who she beat, she ain't beat nobody. She beat Taya Valkyrie, who was the last number 1 contender or whatever. So, that's I guess that's enough time on this. But they gotta step up their game. Just saying.
Hangman Page takes on Swerve Strickland. Marcus, did I witness a man get raised up by the power of dance to beat a 10 count?
I believe so, Manny. I believe so.
And I believe it was incredible.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. As ridiculous as that was, I don't know if I liked it or hated it because I felt like the feud is kind of too serious for that moment. But whatever. I watch wrestling where people get the power of the clap to get out of sleeper holes and wake up. So I'm all for it. I enjoyed the match. And I'm going to say this for the record. I may sound like I'm negative on Dynamite this week. I'm not. I thought it was a really good Dynamite. The match was great. I just have a problem with some of the logic behind it. Some of the stuff in it. I don't understand Hangman at the end. That's the part I didn't understand because he was happy that Swerve wasn't the number 1 contender because they drew. But in the same time,
his goal was to prevent him from becoming even getting close to that or being a contender or even getting that title from Samoa Joe. So his goal was almost complete. That's why he didn't want to do the 5 minutes. For me, it made sense.
It didn't make sense because he's no longer number 1 contender. But a draw shouldn't hurt Swerve, right? It wouldn't hurt him from being number 1 contender.
No, but the winner would go on to face. No, that was the whole thing. The winner would go on to face Joe. So if there was no winner, they can't. He couldn't. But then they swerved him they swerved Hangman by going, do you know what? Both of you are just going to face him.
Yeah, but I still want to make the argument that, Manny, I'm up on points in you in the Champions League. I'm up. I beat you twice. I'm 2-0 against you. A draw should not help you. It should only keep me like, okay, Swerve is still number 1 contender.
No, because they changed the narrative, Marcus. This is why it's convoluted. They changed the narrative. So those 2 wins don't even mean anything at this point because they did that whole thing where they were basically the contenders, right?
Yeah.
They were basically the contenders. They were technically 1 and 2 on this list. It's this fictional list. So they went off against each other, and then the winner would face off. So technically, they're 1 and 2. The 2 wins that Swerve have on him don't count for some reason.
Okay, but who was 1?
I don't know.
Because that would be your number 1 contender. If Hangman is 1, then he's number 1 contender.
Do you know what I would understand? I would presume, based on the tournament that Hangman wasn't in, Swerve should be number 1 if you're considering.
Yeah,
he had more wins leading up to that. He had what?
Against
5
real
wins?
contenders. Yeah, against real wrestlers. Against real wrestlers in that tournament. So that's where I'm like miffed. Like Swerve's had more matches. He's beaten Hangman twice. He is the facto by the fans. This was fan voting. The number 1 contender. So when Hangman's like, haha, I cost you, I'm like, I'm swearing I'm going like, not really. I still have all these stats that suggest that I should be the one to fight Samoa Joe. You're out. You're out because you drew. You still haven't beat me. And if you want to go to the tape of this match, I had you beat. That
doesn't matter. Marcus, that don't matter.
You weren't kicking out at 3. I did the little flippy bomb thing on you. I don't know what it's called, but it's
I know in NXT that was called the JML driver, but I don't think he's carried that over into AEW.
I don't know what it's called now, but I got you. And we'll go for
And
the
then
three in the bell ring.
Samoa Joe's reaction is, because it was a draw, none of them deserve to be in the ring with him.
That makes me laugh. Because that's ridiculous as it's all right. But that made me laugh. He was angry because he's the only one screwed in this.
Yeah. And
why
as
am I
we've
gonna
already
fight too?
We've already mentioned the Blackpool Combat Club versus the CML guys. Claudio wins with a low blow or an atomic drop. Do you know the one that really surprises me is how far off Claudio has fallen?
Manny, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Where was he before all of this?
Everyone was, do you know, he was the guy in WWE that everyone was like, he should be the guy. He is basically what people were, what last year was Sami Zayn. He was basically that.
No, Manny, you got to go 2 years ago. He was Claudio going against the tribal chief where it was his time. And he wasn't able to talk or nothing. Everybody was like, he should end this Roman title reign. They chose wisely because Claudio couldn't talk. I would never call Claudio my main guy after that run was it. That was the end. He was a tremendous wrestler, tremendous athlete. Love the guy. Never gonna be my world champion. So I don't have his fall for grace. Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, I feel like have fallen. Like they should be guys. They should be number ones. They should be number ones in the cut. They should be featured attractions. Yes, you can have the Hangman Swerve Joe match for the title and main thing, but I am not doing a show if Jon Moxley or Bryan Danielson are not doing serious work. Like they have too many titles and too many people for those two guys who are legit stars in their company to basically just be doing Chad Gable work. And it's no offense against Chad Gable, but the Alpha Academy are time fillers, basically. Maxine, Otis, Gable, they're all time fillers. This is basically Tozawa versus
don't even you dare put Maxine in that sentence because she is not a time filler, she's a time waster. Time is being wasted when Maxine is on that screen.
I'm just saying that's the position they're in right now. Like, where's Christian?
On Collision. So we've talked about other bits. Chris Jericho versus Takeshita. Don Callis should be in prison as he stabs Chris Jericho in the head with a screwdriver.
Man, but who hasn't wanted to stab Jericho in the head with a screwdriver recently?
Takeshita puts Jericho in the walls of Jericho, which he eventually taps out too.
Me and Ryan both laughed at the fact that he tapped out. No, it's not that he tapped out. It's that he was knocked unconscious by the screwdriver shot. Woke up from the screwdriver shot into the Boston Crab going like, I didn't pass out. Oh, shit. I give up. He could have just stayed passed out. And I think we would have been all okay with that. I don't understand why he came back to life for that last second.
It didn't make no sense. That finish did not make any sense. Then we get the main event, Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus Sting and Darby Allin for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop on Ricky Starks to win the AEW Tag Team titles for them. And then Sting and Darby and Sting's sons are immediately taken out by the rejected Backstreet Boys, the Young Bucks, with bats.
Yeah. Best spot of the night. Black Hole Slam, Darby Allin diving into Big Cass to the Black Hole Slam. It just was awful. It just awful. I just went, oh no.
Is that their table spot? Their table spot was just as bad.
The table spot was fun. It seemed like a safer ride. The table spot was like, no, we're dead. Kill this bomb before. But the Black Hole Slam, when he does a suicide dive going at Darby's speed, and then he lifts him up and then slams him onto that, I was just like, damn. But I enjoyed the match. There's some weirdness about Sting waiting around for his dive earlier in the stage. I was like, whatever. The right team won. And, the Young Bucks attack at the end. I thought it was good. I like that. I like that they beat the shit out of Sting. And Sting's kids I wanted to jump in the ring and stomp on Kings, but I do have Sting's kids. But I do have one problem with this segment, Manny. Right off the way. And they better explain this next week on Dynamite. Earlier in the night, the Blackpool Combat Club fought the CMLL guys. Post-match drama happens after, where the other CMLL guys jump the rope in the Blackpool Combat Club, a very unsympathizable group of thugs and gangsters and brutal people were about to get mugged by the CMLL guys. The AEW locker room of randos came out and made the save for the Blackpool Combat Club, who aren't shit. If you think about it, they're a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
Sting is being bludgeoned with a baseball bat on his farewell tour in front of his sons as he won the World Tag Team title. Man, who came out and made the save for Sting?
Nobody.
Nobody came. That was my biggest thing about that match, where I went, they came out to say the Blackpool Combat Club, but they won't say Sting? It's Sting.
How dare you get the number advantage on the Blackpool Combat Club?
Yeah, who are a bunch of bastards, basically. They enjoy beating up people and bludgeoning people. They're horrible people. But Christopher Daniel and Daddy Magic and Kuhan Aang came out there and they made the save for them. But Sting's getting bludgeoned in the ring at the hellacious match. This is ridiculous. No one to make the save. And then I saw a video of Tony Khan checking on Sting after the show, for the audience, the post-match, like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. What's going on? Where were you? I'm firing everybody. You attacked Sting.
So that was the show. I mean, there was plot holes all over the place, but you know what? It was largely an all right show.
Yeah, this is the most entertaining AEW show I've seen in a long time. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I was actually entertained throughout the show. There are flaws in the show, and it does sound like I'm negative on it, but I actually really enjoyed the show. It was just a lot of things I like.
There was flaws in NXT too, which we're about to talk about.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But AEW produced a really good show. It's just there's certain things I would have kept out.
Can I tell you how I want to book Sting's final match and run? Young Bucks should have just took him out. They should have took him out. Concerto, whatever, through a table. They should have killed Sting. Right there. And then come out next week. Sting isn't going to make his farewell match. In fact, he will have to forfeit to us the tag team titles, and he is dead. And Darby comes out, was like, what you did to Sting was ridiculous. You can do that to me, you can't do it to Sting. So it's weeks of Sting not being on TV. But Darby swears that he will show up at Revolution. And then Revolution happens, and Darby comes out alone, and he's fighting the Young Bucks, and he's getting his ass kicked. And then all of a sudden, dramatic entrance from Sting. He comes out for his final match. They win. They walk up to the sunset, and that's how I will book this final Sting run. It'd be epic. Old Western style. Sting come in, and he's like, oh, shit, it's Sting. He's here to save the day. It'd be great. I feel like that'd be fun. But anyway, Sting's dead now,
and you're saying this, I'm probably even going to watch Revolution, but here we go.
Manny said the next big paper AEW show he watches has something to do with big business.
So NXT kicks off with Carmelo Hayes. He walked into the ring, but he walked out because the crowd was chanting, fuck you, Melo. And this is where reports came out that the NXT audience were told off.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were scolded because if they keep chanting, fuck you, Melo, they're going to get taken off air, or the fact that they're going to have to mute it every time they say it, so you wouldn't be able to hear anything that was being said on TV. Like they have done in the past.
That's straight. I mean, you had to tell them.
Yeah, which is why what happened next was the emergency. We're going to show you what happened at Vengeance Day, and then cut to Breaker and the Wolf and Corbin the Wolf Dogs. Because that seemed just very impromptu. That didn't sound like it was like, let's just do this.
You know what? Now that you say it like that, it did seem like it was impromptu. It seemed like everything was just thrown together right there. Because I thought it was part of the show. Like Melo's gonna come out, he was gonna do that Roman, I'm getting booed in front of everybody, and then leave. I thought that was what it set up, but you know what? It does seem like a good old fashioned cussing out needed to happen. What the fuck are y'all doing? We can't hear any of this shit because y'all saying fuck you, Melo. You can say you suck, Melo sucks, whoop that trick, whatever, but you can't be saying fuck. This is why I need that to be on Netflix so they can say fuck. Just saying, the crowd can say fuck. I don't need the wrestlers saying it all the time or whatever. They can say it too, but just, every now and then, just a chant that isn't censored.
Yeah. So Breaker and Corbin call out Tony D and Stacks as they are on the hunt for gold. But the first match interrupts as Nathan Frazier and Action decide to run out there. Followed by Malik Blade and Edris Enofe. Marcus, this match, tell me if this wasn't the most AEW tag match ever. Because
I swear I was watching.
This match was so fast.
Yeah, it was moving fast. I was watching the Young Bucks in their prime against Red Dragon or some shit. Like, I was like, they're jumping all over the place. They're moving from rope to rope and all that. And I, for the record, want to say this, Manny, about NXT and all their NXT wrestlers. I need you all to slow the fuck down. I need you to slow down. Like, Nathan Frazier got caught up in the ropes and almost lost his life one day. Then on Vengeance Day, Braun Breaker almost died because he's super fast too. They're too fast for these old ropes. That's what's going on. They're coming with too much force. Someone's going to get hurt. Slow down.
Do you know this match was a really good showing because I don't think he's
episode.
Yeah, I don't
tell
think
that
he's
crowd
ever
to stop
really...
Stop running so fast.
I don't think this man has ever really got a good showing in NXT, but Malik Blade really shone in this match.
Yeah. Say that again, man. He did what?
Shone. He shone. Shone.
He shone?
He shone
Shine?
like the sun. Shined.
Shine?
Shine doesn't sound right to me. Shine does not sound right.
Because I was trying to figure out he shone. Like Michaels? He's shown. Like, no, I think I think him and Enofe are doing themselves a disservice by staying in this losing tag team. They're basically Commander and Kalisto, or not Kalisto. And Penta.
That was the person we couldn't name, and Eric named him in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, in the
and when he said it, even in the chat went, that's right. That's his name. Oh, but they are basically Penta and Commander at this point where I know they're gonna lose, but I'm rooting for the team each time.
Yeah,
they're very talented, but maybe they need to go solo and do their own separate thing.
I don't think Malik Blade is gonna survive solo. Like, he's a good wrestler. There just seems there seems more of a charismatic thing behind Edris.
He's flashy.
That's lacking from Malik. Malik is from what I saw in this match, Malik is very good in the ring. But he doesn't. Yeah. He lacks that personality that they've allowed Edris to have on TV.
Yeah, Malik reminds me of a young. I was gonna say Elix Skipper, but I don't know if anybody get that reference.
Nah, he ain't. He's not even on that level. Don't you dare. The only thing I remember from Elix Skipper is that Hurricane Runner off the stage.
Elix Skipper is extremely talented, but very boring. He's there's nothing there. It's just like, oh, you're extremely talented. But Malik is like, a less charismatic Kenny King or something like that. But
yeah, and then I've got Edris being very charismatic in the same way we adore Monty Brown. I can see Edris be that character. Yeah, have that level of charisma.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, they're both going to end up just being Cedric Alexander, and I don't want that.
Nathan Frazier and Action pick up the win. They're attacked by the Wolf Dogs at the end of the match. The family come out, and Corbin tells them to put the tag titles on the line next week, and Stacks agrees.
Okay. I'm going to just put this as a side note, Manny. I don't know if you have it in your notes anywhere, but Rizzo and Jada Parker are going to have a match next week. That was a backstage segment with The Rock's daughter, who has stole power within WWE.
Yeah.
Get the power back to Sean.
Dragunov, he calls up Melo because of the false accusations of mental manipulation. He gets Dijak instead. I can't tell you anything Dijak said because of those idiot fans being too loud.
Manny, just say justice. And you're done.
But the thing that stood out was Dijak punching him square in the face. Busted him.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? That was legit. That looked legit.
Sucker punch. Got sucker punch down there. And then they're both held back, but Dijak gets another clean shot on Dragunov, and they're being held back.
Yeah. Main event set up for the night.
Yeah. Lexus King defeats Riley Osborne because Riley takes his eye off the ball by looking for Thea Hill in the crowd. That happened.
It's the most WWE finish ever. Right?
Yes.
Very dramatic. Oh, you didn't show up. After we saw a video package of her and JTJ going, don't show up. Don't show up. You're coming on too strong. You look thirsty. Don't go out there.
So we do get Melo this time to a chorus of boos. He said he's not jealous of Trick's success. He allowed him to succeed and achieve the highest of highs. But when he got it close enough, he had to be the one that take it away from him to remind him of his place. And what happens when you cross Melo? When you bite the hand that feeds you. The fact of the matter is, Trick crossed him first. They had an agreement. Trick was going to go for the North American title and him the NXT title. But he let these idiotic fans get in his head, making him believe they were on the same level. Did he attack Trick Williams? You damn right I did.
Yes.
And I'll do it again if he crossed me.
I want to say that's the exact same line Triple H used on Sean. I feel like it's the exact same line. You damn right I did. It was me. You crossed me. And that title, it ain't everything. But I would like to say Melo speaks cliches for about 5 to 6 minutes of why he turned heel to any situation. This could have been anybody at any given moment. Manny.
No, I like that he followed the trope of I'm turning heel, I'm gonna wear black and have a light just shine on me in the dark.
Yeah. No, I know he's a heel, and I'm gonna circle this under. This is a new heel fact. Heels wear lots of pockets, Manny. It doesn't matter what they're doing. You're a bad person if you have so many pockets. If you go all the way back to Rollins and the Shield, you can go to Baron Corbin had a bunch of pockets at one point. There's all these heels. I think Dijak and his jacket that he walked in the ring has at least 300 pockets on there, and maybe even a bat belt.
Yeah, but the girl from Black Widow didn't. It has so many pockets.
Well, she's also a bad person. She's an assassin. She was an assassin. So therefore, justified on having pockets.
He had Trick's music play, and then he made fat people get up and dance when they realized he ain't coming.
Yeah, I mean, I knew he wasn't coming when that music hit. I was like, oh, they playing games. And shout out to the guy in the production who's also evil, who wanted to make people believe. I'm sure he got a real kick out of this. I'm going to play this as loud as possible, too. Me and you, Melo. It's not Melo and Trick game. It's Melo and whoever's in production game. I'm going to call Terry.
Terry. He laid some facts. He's a 2-time North American champion, not a 2-day North American champion. Trick and I are not the same.
Tragedy. I'm assuming Trick's going to come back and they're going to settle this at Stand and Deliver. I'm assuming that's where this ends at.
Yeah, it has to.
And you know, I'm assuming Melo fights Dragunov, and then that's where Trick returns and costs him the match, and then they go into Stand Deliver as, you know, I don't know who's going to fight Dragunov, but that's all later in the night. I skipped over a bunch, I guess.
So Jamal is on the mid-card mess stating that someone in NXT is stealing his Free Faces gimmick. And I need to remind both of you, because of Wrestling Mania, he deserved it to have his gimmick stolen.
Well, I mean, he had 3 faces, which means he had 6 eyes, and we all missed it.
And if anything, Marcus, I'm gonna take a page out of my fellow United Kingdomer. He is Scottish, but at this moment in time, I prayed for this. I prayed for this to happen. What you get?
You didn't get all emotional. You didn't get all emotional.
You ruined the belly. We might as well have a spelling test on this show.
Well, in his defense, spelling is all on me. It's all on me.
Yeah,
because
if
I
he's got three
decide not
faces,
to
he's got 6
proofread
eyes,
anything.
and the fact that he wears glasses, that means 12 eyes.
Plus mine, that makes a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus,
20.
16 eyes missed it throughout the day.
Ridiculous. Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice. Roxanne wins with the Pop Rocks after Lola Vice was distracted by Tatum Paxley, who was running around with her contract. Which I don't know why that's still around, because she's lost on Vengeance Day. She cashed in and lost. I don't know why she's still holding on to that.
No, I didn't bring this up on the Tuesday show. We talked about Vengeance Day and this cash in and Lola Vice. I didn't talk much about it, but I do like to add this in her failing to use this contract and turn into a triple threat. If you were going to go into a triple threat match, you think you would have had Elektra Lopez there to help you out. I'm just saying, that was your plan. Why do it this way?
Well, that was Elektra Lopez's plan, to have it a triple threat.
Yeah, it seems like the better plan. Now, we go in, we make it a triple threat, we beat this bitch ass, we take the title, and we leave. Instead of, I'm going to go do it the same plan, but with nobody's my friend. I have no ally now. And I'm interrupting two people who just want to have a singles match. Thank you. You ruined it. If I'm I can't think of what she calls herself, Madrina. Madrina. I'm going.
Madrina.
Yeah, told your ass. I told you. She ain't shit. Anyway, she kicks Roxanne Perez for about 10 minutes. Then Roxanne wins.
Lash Legend Jakara Jackson take on Fallon Henley and Ren Sinclair. Lash Legend once again hits Ren Sinclair with a slam dunk for the win. And it should be over, but apparently it's not.
No. Jakara Jackson, what did you think of her in the ring? This is like basically her first match.
Trash.
Do you think she faked that? I was going to add also, you think she faked that arm injury in the breakout tournament? Because
you might as well, because she would have. Thing is, you could have put her in the breakout tournament and just have her lose in the first round.
Yeah,
but she was bad.
She isn't good. A lot of work to be done there. But I'm not going to argue. I am not going to argue with her being on the TV. I'm just saying. But she's not good in the ring. I'll take her over Maxine Dupree.
I feel like they're on the same level.
I don't know. I feel like Maxine is less coordinated.
Maxine doesn't have rhythm.
Nothing. She has no rhythm or pacing or anything. She's awkward in every movement she's ever moved.
Including
I bet you she'd eat a bowl of cereal weird. You'd be like, how you eat cereal? That doesn't make sense.
She's the type of person that puts milk first.
Yeah, exactly.
Milk first type of person.
Or if you seen Get Out, she dips her cereal into the glass and eats. Which is so weird to me. It's funny. Like, that's how you eat your cereal? Classy.
Jensen's backstage telling Briggs he misses him and Fallon. Briggs tells Jensen to grow the fuck up, because people will just take your spot if you don't.
Well, I still don't understand. They went their separate ways and they're going to have these solo lives or whatever. They can still be friends in the back. We don't have the team together anymore.
Well, you saw what happened with Trick and Melo.
Jensen's trying not to get fired, Manny. That's all. He's hanging on. He's hanging on.
Then we get Dragunov versus Dijak, which I thought was a good match, but it didn't need Joe Gacy to cost him the match.
No. Let Dijak just lose.
In that way as well. In that particular way.
It'd been
He
okay.
is officially Doink the Clown. That's the shit Doink the Clown does.
But yeah, Manny, what are you doing, Dijak? Is he ever making the main roster as Dijak?
Well, his contract's up in July, so they better do something with him soon.
Oh, what? He's gonna leave? They're gonna be like,
hey, him and Keith Lee may tear it up in AEW.
I think Dijak should have been on the main roster, and I think he would have been a better fit for this Cody feud than Shinsuke if he was out for justice of some kind. I don't know what justice he's looking for with Cody, but I'm sure they can make up something about his dad. A shame that he had Sapphire out there dancing.
Oh, you want to be you want to be racist on the main roster?
Yeah. Bring your racism to the main roster. That's main roster racism he got there, Manny.
Hey, speaking of racism, where the hell is Bear Hill and DJ Tatanka?
You know, they go on their retreats. Eddie Thorpe goes on retreats to go find himself every 2 months. So maybe that's what they're doing.
Do you think they're keeping Nikita Lyons off TV because she's a white woman that talks like a black woman?
I'm going to say yes. By the way, I think what they should do is go with this of the conspiracy of keeping Nikita Lyons off TV, and they need to go full Club Shay Shay and do Cat Williams / Monique and put her on the
Monique went off. I watched the Monique one. She went
off.
Yes.
It just seems like everybody's going off on that count. It's now once a month. Monique goes off on everybody, and then it starts all this controversy or whatever and whatnot. I love it. Shannon Sharp is stealing. He's going to become the #1 podcast in the world. Joe Rogan, watch your spot. Shannon Sharp is coming for you because he's having all the black comedians airing their grievances for 1,000 years. Oh, yes. You can just bring back the Lash Lounge, put Nikita on there, and have her spill her guts while Shawn Michaels and Ava Raine are holding her back. And then you can add Lee Daniels and Oprah in there too. Fuck it. I wouldn't imagine seeing Last Legends go 3 hours with Nikita Lyons and they're just talking nonsense and conspiracies in wrestling.
Well, you could do that watching her Instagram lives. She speaks a lot of nonsense on those. I turn them off after 2 minutes.
I never click it. I think I clicked once and went, "What's she doing?" Oh, she's talking nonsense.
Wes, are you doing a watch along for the Australia show? Yes, we are, but you're not invited, Wes, because you never show up.
I mean, what else did he be doing at 2 a.m? He turned up.
No, it's 2 a.m. for you. Closer to wake up time for him.
Oh, it's 5 a.m. for him.
Mm.
Woo. Woo-wee. Dana don't give a fuck. But you know what? I thought this was, a solid bounce back week for the midweek war. They were pretty stale for the past few weeks. They were pretty stale for the past few weeks, but I thought both shows delivered, but I give Dynamite the edge here.
I tell you what, I lied my way through the Saturday show. I didn't actually watch NXT or Dynamite last week.
Oh, you bastard!
Hey, it was like we had the day off. We didn't do the show. So I was like, I don't need to watch this.
I can see Manny. I can get away with this.
All I have to do is agree with one of you. That was my whole plan through the Saturday show. If they even dared throw it to me about what I thought about happened on NXT, just agree with one of them.
This is what I want. Like First Take with Stephen A to be like they were on the show was like, all I gotta do is disagree with Stephen A and the show's on. I didn't see any of these games. LeBron was playing soft. He was playing soft the entire game, Stephen A. Yeah, he got, how many points did he get? 36. He got 36 points. But he's a horrible basketball player at age 39.
Yeah, so that was the secret on the Saturday show.
Yeah. Cat's out the bag.
I agree. It was It was a good bounce back from like the last month. I feel like they were just coasting for the last month.
Yeah.
I am interested. Who do you think that Man of Three Faces promo is?
Well, my biggest bet is Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy and stuff. Just the way the font is, it seems like that's
It's the
the
way the
only route we
font
can
was,
go.
but then it also made me think that they will state that Evil from New Japan is a free agent. Maybe they're taking him.
He's a free agent?
I think so.
Oh. Well, I'm going to say that would make more sense when people talk about this. It's an old Japanese like proverb or something like that. But and you know, he is. I think him and EO are still a thing. So it makes sense for him to come over here technically. But I don't know their business. But we do know for sure it's not Okada. I was ready to bet that it's not Okada. I'm not doing Okada.
I think Okada's also showing up at Big Business.
Yeah, he doing big business. He doing big business. This is business. We gotta use that clip to start that show. This is business.
Yeah, so that is today's show. Make sure you like the video, subscribe. I'm in the process of collecting clips for Try Not to Laugh version 4. So make sure you send those to the Sharpshooters account. Huh?
I may do Roman numeral IV, but never use Roman numeral again after that, just for fun.
So yeah, we're doing that. So that'll probably be released soon when we eventually record it. So make sure you send some stuff to the Sharpshooters account. Don't send it to my account. There's too many notifications on my account, so don't send it to my account.
Just do not do your notifications, Manny. Ignore them and then go home at your own time.
No, the red bubbles annoy me, so I have to clear them.
I do. I clear it too. I just click the notification thing, look at it, and then go back. I don't actually look at anything, and then I come back and I look at the clips later.
Yeah, so like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We out. Ow. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, it's still on.
God damn it, Manny. Damn it. We're a classy show. We can't just have you ballooning everything.
We'll close on this one.
Still hate that arm. Still hate that arm.